Shabby Gamer here, and welcome to our Universe mode. Now, I will stress at the beginning of this video that we're not going to have any Universe footage in this video. This is essentially going to be a championship tournament to crown our first ever WWE champion for the current day roster. So as you can see there, we have Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show, Daniel Bryan versus Rusev, Randy Orton versus Bad News Barrett, and John Cena versus Roman Reigns. Now, don't be disappointed if your favourite superstar is not on that list. Of course, as I've mentioned on some of my random matches, I am going to be running 2 main event championships on our current day roster. So if you're looking for guys like Dolph Ziggler, Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Ryback, Kevin Owens, they'll all be in our World Heavyweight Championship tournament, which will probably be the next one I upload. So keep an eye on the channel for that one. But let's get straight into this one here this evening. We'll start with Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show. And as I just said, our first match in this title tournament is going to be Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show. And here we go. And I'm going to skip all the entrances for bigger videos like this. It's just, it becomes logistically, makes the videos far too long. So we are going to skip through the entrances. I will be doing the entrances in the finals, when we get down to our final 2 guys, before we crown our first ever WWE champion here in our Universe mode. It's been an interesting one. I don't know, I seem to, as I was writing the brackets down, I just seem to split them in this way. I just feel that these guys are more the WWE Championship guys, and the other ones are more the World Heavyweight Championship guys. I don't know why, I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but it's just the World Heavyweight Championships seem to be the just below the WWE Championship is what they is what WWE generally have it as anyway. So the World Heavyweight Championship guys are the guys that are at the top of the card but are not quite well enough established to be the main face. That's the way the WWE always did it. We're going to try and make it a bit more even anyway. A lot of the guys in the World Heavyweight Championship picture haven't held the championship before or that much before. Of course, we've got guys like Cesaro, Ambrose, Wyatt. All those guys haven't held the championship before, and guys like Seth Rollins and Ziggler, and they've held them once or twice. And it's a great way to start off this as well with Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show. Brock Lesnar just showing his strength for that reverse suplex on Big Show, and I'm so excited to finally get involved in this. I'm just really wondering who's going to be our first WWE champion. You've got to put your favourites down as probably Brock Lesnar and probably John Cena as well, but Daniel Bryan's in there. You can't write Daniel Bryan off, as we all know, and Randy Orton's in there as well, so it really is many different possibilities it could be. And as I always used to say on my 2K16 videos, damage retention is switched on, so these guys are going to get through the first match as soon as possible. They don't want to limp through to the second round with arm injuries or leg injuries or anything like that. It's really going to help them if they can get through this as quick as possible. And at the moment, Brock Lesnar is just destroying The Big Show. That's a possibility that Lesnar could get through this very, very quickly. And Lesnar could be our first WWE champion. I'm just so itching to find out who it's going to be. I'm going to try and get a few of these tournaments recorded and uploaded for you guys this evening. But obviously do them in order, because if guys don't win certain championships, such as Rusev and Bad News Barrett, for example, and even John Cena as well, but if they don't win the championship, they will drop down into the next level. They will drop into the United States and Intercontinental Championship pictures as well. So to see how that all pans out, we've got enough guys on this roster. The current day roster, I think I'm scratching 70 people on this roster now, so we've definitely got enough. And I just want to try and use as many as we possibly can, give them all the opportunity to become a champion in the Universe mode. Because we have got the Cruiserweight belt as well we're bringing in. So we can have 7 championships, I think, in the current day roster. We get the WWE, the World Heavyweight Championship, Intercontinental, United States, and the Cruiserweight Championship, the Divas Championship, and the Tag Team Championships. As you see there, Brock Lesnar went to try and dive on... Big Show went to try and dive on Brock Lesnar from the middle rope, and Brock managed to avoid it. And Big Show caught the referee, and now Brock Lesnar, that big super German suplex on the Big Show from the top. Is this going to be enough to finish Big Show off? 1, 2... It's not. It's only a 2 count. And that could have put Brock Lesnar through to the second round very, very quick and easily, which would have been a great advantage for him going forward. Of course, our next match, the winner of this match will play against Daniel Bryan or Rusev later on. So not going to be easy in the next round by any stretch of the imagination. Big Show with a pin. I need a 2 count for Show now, and Lesnar's struggling a little bit now as well. I don't think this is a fantastic first round for either of these two. I think no matter what, they're both going to struggle through with some injuries. Brock Lesnar brings Big Show back up to his feet and now gets behind him, and there's the German suplex. Brock Lesnar keeps a hold of the grip, and there's a second German. And the third German suplex there by Brock Lesnar on the Big Show. Brock in with a pin. 1, 2. It's only 2. Brock Lesnar can't believe it. He thought he had that there off that triple German suplex. Big Show back up to his feet. And catches Brock straight away in that front chantry now. Big Show sending Brock off that far rope and now just hoist him over the top of his head, and Brock hits the ground hard. And like I said, that is not what Brock Lesnar wants. He wants to try and get through this as virtually unscathed as possible. Not going to be easy though, is it? Brock back up, went for the right hand, but Big Show with a big punch of his own. And there's a spear by Big Show as well. It's going to be enough. I'd be very surprised here if very surprised if the Big Show could knock Brock Lesnar out first round. But no, Brock Lesnar still survives on. Big Show the headbutt. A bit vicious. And Brock Lesnar's not getting as easy as a match as he was hoping for here against the Big Show. Lesnar taking Big Show up and just dropping him across that top rope. Now Lesnar is going to go for another attempted pin. Is this going to be enough? 2. No, still only a 2 count. It's going to take more than this to finish the Big Show off. As Lesnar now with them elbows to the upper pectoral. You see Lesnar just taking a few seconds here to survey the situation, planning what he's going to do next, and Big Show obviously playing possum, caught Brock Lesnar with that arm dragon and slamming him into the mat. And now Big Show signaling for something here. And there's the knockout punch. Big Show the knockout punch. Brock Lesnar's busted open as well. Why isn't Big Show going for the pin? He could have had this one there. Big Show could have had this one. He could have knocked Brock Lesnar out. And Brock Lesnar, you see, bleeding quite heavily from the forehead after that knockout punch. And Big Show, I'll tell you what, I just assumed that Lesnar was going to get straight through this one easily. But now Big Show is really making me think otherwise. Big Show now with a gorilla press on Lesnar. Drops him down mid of the ring. Big Show drops to a knee. And it's... Why isn't Big Show again going for the pin? Instead he's working over that cut, just scraping his foot across that, maybe widening the cut and more blood leaving the body of Brock Lesnar. And this is going to really scupper Brock Lesnar's chances for the rest of the evening as well. Losing blood in the first round is not a great place to be for Brock Lesnar. Again, Lesnar with another German suplex though. It's not affecting him too much as yet, but just look at the blood on his face. I think Lesnar actually enjoys it, to tell the honest truth. When Lesnar gets busted open is when he starts to become more aggressive and goes to that deeper, darker place inside his soul. And let's see if he wants to take Big Show to that deep, dark place with him. Lesnar using them ropes to his advantage, just dropping the knee on the face of the Big Show. Big Show back up though, and there's a big uppercut. Catching Brock Lesnar by surprise, but Lesnar returns the favour, now pulling Big Show into the middle of the ring, and there's a back drop. In for the pin. 1, 2. Still only a 2 count. Big Show still in this one. And this is going to be a very hard fought match for both of these guys. I can say, oh, Brock Lesnar takes Big Show straight up. There's the F5. Brock Lesnar with the F5 on the Big Show. Is this going to be enough to take Big Show out of this match? Brock rolls him over. In for the pin. 1, 2, and 3, and it is. Brock Lesnar makes his way through to the second round he will face off against the winner of our next match, Daniel Bryan and Rusev. But what sort of condition is Brock Lesnar going to be in after losing this much blood? See Big Show there just choking Lesnar out, and then straight into that Russian leg sweep. That was earlier on in the match. And of course, I never, like I said at the beginning, my favourites for this tournament were always Brock Lesnar or John Cena. Oh, this was incredible. This was the super German suplex by Brock Lesnar on the Big Show. Look at that. How Big Show survived past that, I've got no idea. But that was only for a 2 count. You see, that was the elevated knee, and is this where Big Show caught him? No, it wasn't. This is that backdrop. This is after the knockout punch from Big Show. But of course, that was only for a 2 count from that backdrop. But then as soon as Big Show got back up to his feet, Lesnar just lifted him straight up onto his shoulders. And there it is, the F5, just lifting the Big Show up like he's nothing at all. And dropping him flat on his face. And that was enough to knock Big Show out of this competition. Brock Lesnar, as I said, is going to struggle. He's lost quite a bit of blood in this match. He's been busted open. What sort of damage is he taking into that match against the winner of either Daniel Bryan and Rusev? You see the blood still just gushing down his face. But a great win here for Brock Lesnar nonetheless. It's going to take a hell of a wrestler to beat him here this evening. Battered, bruised, and very, very bloody is still not enough to stop Brock Lesnar. We've all seen him before. The man is an absolute beast. And now here's the second match here in our WWE Championship Tournament. We have Daniel Bryan taking on Rusev. As here we see Daniel Bryan getting set to face off against the Bulgarian brute Rusev. The winner of this match will go on to face Brock Lesnar in the second round. And of course, Brock is struggling a bit. He's taken a hell of a beating from the Big Show. Been busted open as well, so it could be easy pickings for one of these two guys. As Rusev and Daniel Bryan get a clean break there. And now it looks like Rusev is going to outpower Daniel Bryan this time. Locked in the corner. The referee again is going to have to break this one up. On Rusev that time with not a clean break. There's the cheap shot. Now Rusev again showing his strength, just forcing Bryan into the corner. And the referee again forced to break them up. Rusev just showing his strength, and this time he does make a clean break. And this time Daniel Bryan catches Rusev and hits him with a chop. But Rusev catching the... I thought he caught the leg of Daniel Bryan there, but Daniel Bryan managed to step out and just twist the chin and the head of Rusev. Quite a painful move, but not enough to make him submit. So like I was saying, damage retention is on, so whoever wins this match and goes through to face off against Brock Lesnar is really going to have a very weakened Brock Lesnar to fight up against. But of course, it's not going to be easy for either of these two guys. They're going to take damages and injuries into the next match as well. It's just down to whether they can make this match disappear a lot quicker than what Brock Lesnar versus the Big Show was. Rusev there with the uppercut. I don't think it'll be too long before Rusev is involved in the World Championship picture, to tell the honest truth. He just needs to get out of all these sort of dodgy storylines they keep doing with him. This whole Summer Rae Lana thing hasn't really worked out. I think he's going to get Lana back now. Obviously, they've kayfabe, they've got married on Twitter, so that doesn't really help the WWE too much. They had no choice but to really sort of put Rusev and Lana back together, which is a good thing because they were always best when they were together. And I think it'd be a chance for Rusev now to carry on and continue to build. Of course, he did end up in a very long feud with John Cena. He was unbeaten for a very long time and then got stuck in this feud with Cena, and of course just lost over and over and over and over again, as people do when they get up against Cena. But it did end up being one of the top matches on the card at WrestleMania, so as much as the feud probably didn't help him out too much, at the same time it really did give him a great position for WrestleMania. He just needs to get back up to that level now and get into another feud where he can elevate himself back up. And like I say, by having two championships like we're going to have in this current day roster, we're going to have the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship. It gives us a chance to really push more guys like Rusev. Because with just the one championship, when you've got guys like Brock Lesnar, you've got Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, it's so difficult for guys like Rusev to actually get a chance at the championships. By having two, it basically doubles his chances of getting in that title picture. But of course, Rusev will also be involved in the United States and Intercontinental Championship picture as well. And there's a possibility we could even do some sort of stable involving Rusev as well. Not 100% sure on that one yet. I know Jay's given me a couple of suggestions. I've always liked the idea of having Rusev and Cesaro sort of joining together as some sort of Eastern European tag team. But I'm not quite, I say Eastern European. Switzerland is not Eastern European, is it? But having some sort of European tag team, it could even work with guys like Bad News Barrett and that as well. I know that's something that Jay really wants to see. But we'll have to see how the Universe mode pans out first. We'll get it all up and running, and then from there we will we'll start to twist and change things as we go along. We're going to probably start the Universe mode very much as WWE is at the moment, and then from there we'll make our own storylines, and we'll make new tag teams, new stables, and we'll bring them all together. I don't want to just start everything that way because it sort of doesn't really give people a lot of chance to really understand why things are the way they are. So if we develop all the storylines and create our new stables and create our new tag teams, I think that's going to work out a lot better. As Rusev takes Daniel Bryan up, and there's a Super Samoan drop off the top rope. Rusev straight into the pin. Referee slow to get down, but he's got a 2 count. It's only a 2 count. And that's a match that's never happened before, I don't think, is Rusev versus versus Brock Lesnar. That'd be an interesting one. I'm not sure if Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan's happened before. Let me know in the comment section if you know, if you remember not Rusev, sorry. Let me know in the comment section if you remember a match between Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan. I don't recall one ever happening. I think it probably killed Daniel Bryan now, put him in the ring with Brock Lesnar, to tell the truth, because Daniel Bryan might need to be treated in a bit of cotton wool if he comes back. That's if he comes back. But of course we have these games, we can keep him going for as long as we want on these games, unless it's going to troll us and actually injure Daniel Bryan at some point, which is a possibility. I know through some of the feuds you actually pick up injuries in the feuds, and then you make your sensational return a few weeks later and attack the person that attacked you. So that's going to be an interesting thing. That's why I really want to get this Universe mode up and running now. Boot to the back there by Daniel Bryan now. Rusev back up to his feet. Throwing Daniel Bryan into that corner. Now Rusev hoisting Daniel Bryan back up onto that corner as well. We've already seen him hit Daniel Bryan once with a Super Samoan drop and looked like he was trying for something similar, but Bryan caught Rusev with a boot and then a double? No, it was just a one single drop kick. As Daniel Bryan stalking Rusev. Rusev making his way up to his feet. Are we going to see the LeBell lock? The yes lock, the no lock, the maybe lock, whatever you want to call it. That crossface submission. And it's difficult in this Universe mode. As I've said many times before, people with submission finishes always seem to struggle because they have to hit their finisher a few times before it finally really takes effect and they manage to get a pin. That's why this match might end up lasting quite a while, because both these guys use a submission as their finishing hold. Got to be a bit more damage done by... I think Rusev might be alright, because when he's using like that Super Samoan drop and things like that, he's doing damage to the back of Daniel Bryan. And when he locks in his accolade, then that's probably going to affect it a bit more. As see Daniel Bryan picking up a head of steam here, ducking the clothesline and catching him with that diving forearm. Now Daniel Bryan over the top rope, up onto the turnbuckle. What's Bryan got in store here? And there he is with that big splash. I like the way that Daniel Bryan does his yes chant, and then all the crowd join in as well. Bryan with the pin too. It's still only a 2 count. Rusev is still in this one. Barely, as you can see, but he is still in this one. Big right hand there by Rusev, and now belly to belly suplex. Daniel Bryan cannot turn his back on Rusev for any amount of time. Daniel Bryan there with a jawbreaker. And Rusev catching there with that arm drag. And I'm sure Brock Lesnar will be backstage now, sitting there hoping this match continues going on. The longer it goes on, the more damage these guys will sustain and the more energy they will drain. A bit of a rhyme there. That's good, isn't it? So obviously the more damage they've got and the less energy they've got is going to make it a bit easier for Brock Lesnar when he finally meets them in the second round. Of course, we still have 2 more first round matches left for you after this one. We're going to see our next match, which is Bad News Barrett versus Randy Orton. And then after that, we also have Roman Reigns versus John Cena. You see Rusev here just dropping a big boot to the side of the head of Daniel Bryan, now bringing Bryan back up to his feet. There's a snapmare by Rusev. As you see, just taking a few extra seconds to survey the situation. Now locking in that chin lock on Daniel Bryan, but Daniel making his way back up to his feet and a couple of elbows. That rocks Rusev. Rusev though continues the assault, throwing Daniel Bryan into the corner. Bryan reverses. And Rusev reverses. And Bryan reverses. Seems to be the majority reversals this year always seem to come in the corner. Finally, Rusev takes control and drops Daniel Bryan in the snake eyes. There's not a lot of reversals elsewhere in the matches, but generally in the corners is where a lot of the reversals come. I don't know if I might need to change the settings maybe. Rusev rolling Daniel Bryan over, and now a boot to the back, and Rusev locks in the accolade, but Daniel Bryan's very close to the ropes. Probably not the best positioning by Rusev. And yeah, I still wish that they would change that. It seems odd if somebody locks in their finishing submission hold. It seems very, very odd that that they would just release it like that. I would like to see 2K bring in the fact that either you submit or you get a rope break. That's the only way I can think it would work, because that would probably improve the chances of people's submission finishes finishing off the match as well. Rusev in for the pin on Daniel Bryan. 1, 2. Oh, so close to a 3 count. Rusev nearly had this one. We were nearly going to write down Rusev versus Brock Lesnar for our second round. And remember, only these first round matches are going quite long, but of course our second round matches and our semi-finals and our final will probably go a lot quicker because of the damage retention. I say our second round is our semi-final, sorry. As Daniel Bryan lining up Rusev here. Is he looking for another label lock? He is. He locks in that crossface submission. We've not seen a match finish via submission yet on our game in general, let alone the universe mode. This is the first video of the universe mode, isn't it? So Bryan with a boot to the stomach of Rusev, and now has him in that front chance. There's an uppercut to Rusev. Rusev launched into the corner. Now Daniel Bryan, what's he got planned here? Hoists Rusev up onto the top of the turnbuckle. Oh, but Rusev fights him back with the elbow, and he fought better of the dive. Rusev with that snapmare in there, locking in that chin lock, just trying to gain himself a little bit of energy back, as quite a few of these guys do. It's not easy to continue a match like this consistently. There's Daniel Bryan there with that, almost like a suplex, but using the guy's head, which is going to be painful. You see Daniel Bryan to one knee, struggling here. Both guys back up to their feet. Rusev now. There's the fall away slam on Daniel Bryan. Rusev bringing Bryan back up to his feet once again. And an Alabama slam by Rusev as well. Pulling Daniel Bryan into the middle of the ring. He's going to go for a pin. 1, 2. Oh, so close again. What's he going to take for Rusev to finish Daniel Bryan off? He's there. He is asking himself the same question right now as we speak. Rusev now looking to try and catch the leg of Bryan, but Bryan with a boot to the knee. And now here's the kicks by Daniel Bryan. This is how we saw him defeat Hideo Itami in our random match series. There's the big boot to the side of the head. Is that going to be enough to finish Rusev off? Pulls him into the middle of the ring. Rolls him over into the pin. 1, 2. No, Rusev kicks out as well now. I'll tell you what, Brock Lesnar must be backstage now, just rubbing his hands together. He's thinking he's going to get a very, very easy second round match now. I thought Brock Lesnar had taken a lot of damage, but these two guys have just completely been destroying each other. And this match must have lasted a good 15, coming up to 20 minutes now. It's been a very good match as well. Great arm drag there by Daniel Bryan. Rusev back up to his feet. Now Bryan with that, looked like a butterfly suplex, but Rusev rolls out with the arm drag. Rusev now bringing Bryan back up to his feet, but Bryan with a jawbreaker. And now Rusev with that big slam. Could that be enough to finish Daniel Bryan off? What a win this would be for Rusev. Oh, he rolls Daniel Bryan off. He doesn't want to go for the pin. He's going to lock in a second accolade. Which he does. Is it going to be enough to finish Daniel Bryan off? Like I said, we've not seen a match finish in a submission yet on 2K16. And this is still not the first time either. Daniel Bryan just trying to crawl away from Rusev. But does finally make his way back up to his feet. Bryan. Oh, big uppercut to Rusev. And now a punch to the back as well. Bryan pulling Rusev into the middle of the ring. Dropping a knee into the middle of the back. Bringing Rusev up to his feet. And Daniel Bryan got planned here. Nothing as Rusev reverses. Sending Bryan over the top. And now Rusev again with another one of their big slams. And is he going to go for a pin this time? No, he doesn't. He brings Daniel Bryan back up to his feet. And you wonder, is Rusev going to regret not going for more pins in this match? As he locks in the chin lock again on Daniel Bryan. Like I said, this is the sort of move that's never going to get you a submission finish, but it will give you a chance to regain a little bit of energy while sapping it out of your opponent, cutting off their windpipe. But as you see, Daniel Bryan fights his way back up to his feet, and there's a couple of elbows. And Bryan going to return the favour here. No, Rusev fights out with that punch to the stomach. Rusev back up to his feet. Takes Daniel Bryan up. Spins him round and slams him down. Another high impact move from Rusev. But again, he doesn't go for the pin. Why is Rusev not going for the pin here? And Daniel Bryan rolls out to avoid the stomp. And now Daniel Bryan just trying to avoid Rusev here. Finally slides back into the ring. Catches Rusev. Throws him into that corner turnbuckle. And Daniel Bryan slowly and surely taking Rusev back up to the top once more. Oh, but Rusev fights him away. And Rusev again thinks better of going high risk there. And surely this match has got to finish soon. Daniel Bryan with a gut buster. Both these guys are just completely worn out here. Bryan just hoists Rusev up, and there's a vertical suplex. Bryan makes his way up onto the top rope. I like the little thing where Rusev rolls away, creating the space, making it look a bit better. And there's Bryan with the elbow drop straight into a pin. Is this going to be enough to finish Rusev off? Referee very slow down once again. 2. No, Rusev kicks out again. Have I got my game set up incorrect or something? Because every single match just seems to last a lot longer than it should do in this game. Rusev has Daniel Bryan up on the neck, but Bryan reverses into that arm drag. But Rusev just catches Bryan straight away in that that belly-to-belly suplex, sorry. Now rolling Daniel Bryan over. And there's a big clubbing blow to the back of the head of Daniel Bryan. And now the double axe handle to the back of Daniel Bryan as well. And Rusev just trying to pick Daniel Bryan apart. Look, was going to go for a suplex, but Bryan reversed it into that Russian leg sweep. And I think this might be the problem when you come up to a match where you've got two people with submission finishes. It just seems to last a very long time. Rusev floats over the top and pushes Daniel Bryan away. Rusev catches Bryan. We've seen this once already as a second Alabama slam. Rusev rolling Daniel Bryan over. Oh, just slamming him face first into the mat as well. Rusev eyeing up the grounded Daniel Bryan again. Tries to bring him back to his feet, but there's Bryan with that knee to the face. Bryan now again locking in that submission hold, locking in the label lock on Rusev. Is it going to be enough to make Rusev tap out this time? No, again, it's not. That's the third time now that Daniel Bryan's locked in that submission hold. I really think that 2K should look into making submission finishes a lot better, because I'm going to have to give Daniel Bryan something else as well. I think something else that will make him win the match by impact. Because if this is the way it's going to go on with submission finishes, then guys like Daniel Bryan and Rusev have got absolutely no chance to win the championship, really. Because it seems to finish off a match in 2K16, you really need to hit your finisher, and if you finish as a submission, it just doesn't seem to work as well. As Daniel Bryan might prove me wrong here, as he goes for a pin on Rusev after that suplex, and that was so close, but that is still just a 2 count. And this match is just getting absolutely insane now. It must be nearly 20 minutes long. Neither of these two guys want to give up the opportunity to become the first WWE champion here in the 2K16 universe mode. There is the Tornado DDT from the top rope by Daniel Bryan. And he is going to follow it up here by... I thought he was going to go back up to the top rope, but he sees Rusev start to walk away, and you see Daniel Bryan with that boot to the gut. That's a really aggressive move. That, and a great trip there by Rusev. Now Rusev again setting up and locking in the Accolade submission hold. Is this going to be enough to make Daniel Bryan tap out, maybe? No, it's not. So we've seen 6 submission finishing holds now in this match, and not a single one has found a submission victory. Yeah, I'm sure there's just something going wrong with this. 2K need to look at this, because there's no way these guys are ever going to do very well at all in our universe mode if they just have the submission as a finisher. I might have to start giving these guys an impact finisher as well. I think Daniel Bryan has that running knee that he's used a few times. He used it against Triple H to win the match last year at WrestleMania, so we might have to go for that again. But here comes Daniel Bryan with the kicks, and like I said, he's won a match already on my 2K16 with this before against Hideo Itami in our random matches. There is the big boot to the side of the head. Daniel Bryan into the pin. 1, 2. Oh my word. Rusev kicked out again. What is it going to take here for Rusev to pick up a victory, or Daniel Bryan to pick up a victory? Well, either of these guys pick up a victory. They're both absolutely demolished each other in this match. And like I said, Brock Lesnar must be backstage now just rubbing his hands together, thinking he's going to have a nice, easy job to do when the semi-finals come along later on this evening. Daniel Bryan trying to crawl to the ropes, but Rusev is there blocking his path, and Rusev looking for something there. Had him in the front chancery, but Daniel Bryan reversed into that Russian leg sweep. Now Daniel Bryan lining Rusev up again. Are we going to see, yes, the 4th label lock of the match? Is this going to be enough? I love what just happened there. Rusev was close to the ropes, and the referee dived in front of him and actually pushed Rusev back into the middle of the ring. You know what? I've got a feeling now this match could actually be never-ending. If they're not going to tap out to each other's submission holds, and they can only seem to win the match from a big... Oh, just as I'm talking, just as I'm getting annoyed about the length of this match, Daniel Bryan picks up the victory from a backdrop. And here's the kicks. Oh, that's very helpful, isn't it? That's very, very helpful. Put the sign down. We see the kicks from Daniel Bryan. And you see the big one there to the back of the... I like the way the woman just put a phone up to get a picture as well. That was quite cool, actually. I thought that could be all, but that was only for a 2 count, that one. Very, very close to a 3. This is one of the label locks that was locked in as well. And as I was saying, I just think the 2K should have a look at this submission. I know the submission system when you're playing the game probably works pretty well, but if you're doing AI versus AI, they just don't seem to want to... They don't seem to want to tap out to a finish and hold submission. I can't imagine what a submission match is like, to tell the truth. I don't know whether in a submission match the submissions are a bit more weighted to people actually submitting, but it just seems a bit odd to me. There's the backdrop, and that was finally the straw that broke the camel's back. Rusev had just lost all energy and all stamina, and he just was not able to carry on at all. And Daniel Bryan picks up the victory in what has seemed to be a 30-minute Iron Man match at this rate. That was a very, very long match, but a great match nonetheless. We saw a lot of fantastic moves, a lot of false finishes as well. And it's going to be great to see in the semi-final as well. Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. That's coming up later on this evening. Both guys have already taken a beating, so I can't see that match being a very, very long match. But it's going to be very, very interesting to see who can come out on top of that one. And obviously who's going to go on to become our first ever WWE champion in our universe mode for the current day roster. And now it's time for our third of the first round matches as Randy Orton takes on Bad News Barrett. As here we see Randy Orton and Bad News Barrett in the ring, ready to go. We know the winner of this match will go on to face the winner of our next match between Roman Reigns and John Cena. And let's see if these two guys can follow up on the last match between Rusev and Daniel Bryan. That was an incredible match, the longest match we've had so far as well in our universe mode. And as I've said, I think it's mainly because of the submission finishes. So I might look at giving both Daniel Bryan and Cesaro impact finishes as well as this. We'll still keep their submission finishes as well, but I might look at giving them an impact finisher as well, such as, like I said, Daniel Bryan did have his running knee, which he used last year. We give him that back, and then we'll look for something for Rusev. Maybe something that'll help him pick up a few more victories and make it a bit more... like I say, if that's going to be the situation where people are not going to tap out to people's finishing manoeuvres submissions, then it sort of makes Rusev and Daniel Bryan redundant in our universe mode, because they're always going to struggle. Because, like I say, Daniel Bryan hit his finishing manoeuvre 4 times and Rusev hit his 3 times. If that was an F5, like it was with Brock Lesnar earlier in the evening, that match would have been finished a long, long time ago. Brock Lesnar finished the match against the Big Show, the first F5 of the match. If he'd hit 4 of them, you can see why the match went on for so long, I suppose. But like I said, that's a tiny issue, and I hope it's something that it's not... I hope it's something that is not meant to be like that. I hope it's something that 2K might have seen and might look at just dropping a little patch in just to make it a bit more likely for AI to tap out. I should imagine if you're playing the game yourself against the AI, then it might be a lot easier for you to get the submission pin. The submission win, shall I say. Because you're playing the little mini game, but it seems to be for AI versus... I don't know whether it might just be the case that it was Daniel Bryan versus Rusev. Both of them are submission specialists. If we did someone like Daniel Bryan versus... well, for example, we'll see Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. Maybe Brock Lesnar is more susceptible to tapping out to the submission because he's not as proficient as locking them in as Daniel Bryan is. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Of course, Brock Lesnar's more likely to tap out to the LeBell Lock later on this evening. Also, because he's already been for a big match with the Big Show and he's already busted open in that match. So maybe Daniel Bryan can use that to his advantage. But then again, same thing with... great neck breaker there by Randy Orton. Same thing with Daniel Bryan, really. He's already been through a very, very long match against Rusev, and it might be quite easy for Brock Lesnar just to pick him off and to walk away with that, walk away with the place in the final, should I say. I was going to say the championship. They still have to go through the winner of this edge of the bracket as well. Now, I sort of made this a first round match mainly because I really liked this feud a few years ago on SmackDown. Before Randy Orton did pick up his injuries, and they had Wade Barrett at the top of the card. Wade Barrett's one of those sort of guys who hasn't really had a lot of opportunity, but we're hoping in our universe mode, as I've mentioned earlier on this evening, by having 2 world championships, we can really involve a lot more people in the main event, and Wade Barrett is one of those people that I would really like to use up there. Also looking at maybe doing some sort of British stable as well, but like I say, I'm not going to... I'm going to start the universe mode probably as it is right now in current day real world. And then from there, we will start to develop our own storylines and create our own stables. Jay's given me a great list of things that he would like to see. And we'll be bringing a few of those in. But of course, it's going to be in the long term. It won't be straight away. We've got an entire year worth of universe mode to fill up. So we might as well take it slowly and give all the storylines we want to do a full justice. Give them the time to develop as they need to. We don't want to just rush stuff through and just randomly bring out a big group of people for no reason, and everyone's going to go, well, why do they get together? But if we develop it a bit better, then it'll, I think it'll work quite well. There is probably going to be 1 or 2 tag teams that I do create from the offset that are not on the normal roster, just to say that. There'll be a few just little tag teams to help bring certain people into the forefront a bit more. One that I really liked that was Jay suggested, and I can't remember what it was called now. I think it was called the Real American One-Man Rock Band or something like that. Something along them sort of lines, and it was the tag team of Jack Swagger and Heath Slater. I don't know why, but as soon as I saw it, I thought that is such a great idea. So I think that's one that we'll definitely do. I like the sound of that, and there's a few others as well that he listed down. I've got them noted down somewhere in my paperwork, so I'll dig them out before I start doing the teams in the universe mode. As you see Randy Orton here just systematically just booting the grounded Bad News Barrett, now going in for a pin. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count. And again, you've got to think the guys in this bracket, they've seen the first 2 matches in the first half of the bracket, and they're thinking to themselves, if we can get through to the final, no matter what happens, either Brock Lesnar or Daniel Bryan's not going to be in a very good condition. Just see Bad News Barrett there with the winds of change. Now slamming the head of Randy Orton into the mat. Pulls him into the middle of the ring, and is he going to go for a pin? He does. 1, 2... Only a 2 count. Referee again, very, very slow down. I think our next championship tournament for the World Heavyweight Championship is going to be very interesting as well. Just give you a quick recap of who's going to be in there. We're going to have Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, Kevin Owens, Ryback, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Cesaro, and Seth Rollins. So that's going to be another very strong tournament as we... Oh, launched up there. Randy Orton just launches Bad News Barrett up into the air and catches him with the RKO. But poor AI there as Randy Orton just rolled him straight over into the ropes, and Bad News Barrett with the rope break. And I think I might need to change the setting slightly because all of my matches seem to be just going on and on and on and on. There seems to be a hell of a lot of false finishes. I don't know whether I may have... I don't know whether I might need to change the settings just to make the finishes a bit more powerful, because it is great to see lots of false finishes, but when we're recording like a 7-match episode of Monday Night Raw, these videos are going to end up being like 2 or 3 hours long. They're going to be the same length as the actual episodes of Monday Night Raw. So we might have to make it so it's a bit more likely for people to get the free count after their first. Well, it should be. People should get the free count after their first finishing move, unless it's a pay-per-view. These matches will be fantastic for pay-per-views, but of course, this is a World Championship tournament, so this is the sort of thing where people are fighting. They're trying their hardest. They're going as far as they possibly can. See Bad News Barrett there just pushing his foot across the face of Randy Orton. Now Randy dropping down. Bad News Barrett looking to go for a pin here, is he? He is. He rolls Randy Orton over. Randy's a dead weight here. Bad News Barrett might have a great chance, but it's not. It's only a 2 count. Randy back up to his feet, and Barrett's there as well. Barrett, that big overhand clubbing blow to the back. Now launching Randy Orton into that far corner and follows it up with that big boot as well. See Randy Orton getting caught in that. Catching Bad News Barrett in that front chancery, then dropping him down into that backbreaker. Bringing Bad News Barrett back up to his feet, and now Orton going to that place. A couple of clotheslines, and there's the power slam as well. Orton bringing Bad News Barrett back up to his feet, and oh, here he goes, draping Bad News Barrett of that middle rope. And there's the DDT by Orton as well. He's going to go for a pin here. Yes, he pulls Bad News Barrett away from the ropes, drops down for the pin. 1, 2. No, it's still only a 2 count. And how is Bad News Barrett still in this one? He's been hit by the RKO, and he's been hit by that draping DDT now as well. 2 big moves that may normally finish matches off. Bad News Barrett was looking for some sort of belly-to-belly suplex, it looked like there, but Orton with the rake to the eyes. And Barrett slides up the back of that scoop slam as well. just launching Randy Orton into that corner. Went for the axe handle, but Orton came back with the elbow, reversing it. Now Bad News Barrett throwing Orton over the top rope, and Orton clashes to the ground hard. And Bad News Barrett just stood there. We're looking for a count-out victory here, maybe? But he's definitely regaining some energy. Clever move by Barrett. And as he sees Randy Orton starting to stir, Barrett follows him out there. Looks to continue the assault, but he left Randy Orton a few seconds too long, and Orton regaining some energy of his own, playing possum on the outside maybe. Launches Barrett back into the ring, and Barrett with that punch in the stomach, and Barrett now with that snapmare. Looking to slow the pace of this match down now and try and recover a little bit of energy as he just twists the head of Randy Orton. In for the pin he goes. 1, 2. Still only a 2 count. Bad News Barrett not quite sure what else he needs to do, but he better think of something soon. Bad News Barrett again with that snapmare. And now locking in a different submission, just pushing the knee into the back and yanking back at the arms. And like I say, this is not a submission where Bad News Barrett will think he can pick up a victory, but it is a submission where he's thinking to himself, I can regain a little bit of energy here. Barrett now with that sidewalk slam on Randy Orton. Bringing Orton back up to his feet once again. And there's that Windsor change, that sidewalk slam. Going in for the pin here on Orton. 1, 2. And that's it. Bad News Barrett eliminates Randy Orton in the first round. Now that is an underdog victory, you would have to say, for Bad News Barrett. Don't get me wrong, he's a very capable wrestler, but you would have thought in this situation that Randy Orton would be the favourite. And we now know that Randy Orton's definitely not going to be our first champion. I fancied Orton as a dark horse in this one, I really did. And of course we know now that Bad News Barrett will go on to face the winner of our next match. It's going to be Roman Reigns and John Cena. It's not going to be an easy match at all for Barrett, but maybe he's managed to regain a little bit of energy in this one. I think he's done better than what Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan have done so far this evening. He's managed to keep quite a bit of energy, where he's not been busted open and he hasn't gone for a 30-minute match. That's a bit of an advantage for both these guys, really. There's the RKO, just sprung Bad News Barrett up and into the RKO, but Orton just didn't think about it, just rolled Barrett straight over into the pin. You see Barrett's arm was underneath that bottom rope, which is why the rope break was given. There's a sidewalk slam there by Barrett earlier on. You see him bringing Orton back up to his feet, then hits him with that Windsor change, that spinning sidewalk slam in for the pin, and that was enough to finish Orton off. And Bad News Barrett makes his way into the second round of this WWE Championship tournament. Great win here for Bad News Barrett. Like I say, it was a bit of a surprise for me. Don't get me wrong, he's a very capable wrestler and he's capable of going the whole way, but of course he's got some very, very difficult matches in front of him. He's got some of the best that this WWE 2K16 roster has to offer. It'll be interesting. One thing I haven't looked at yet actually is what rating Roman Reigns has been given on this game. I bet he's been a bit overrated. I bet he's 90-ish. I'll have to have a look. And now we move into our final first round match of this WWE Championship tournament as John Cena takes on Roman Reigns. Here we go, these two eyeing each other up. A match that I'm not quite sure has actually happened in real life as yet. Wouldn't surprise me if it does happen quite soon though. Both these guys, well, it probably won't happen quite soon actually, because these two guys are both big fan favourites. I'm sure that WWE will be trying to keep them as far apart as possible. It's a bit like the Rock and Austin situation. They kept them as far away apart as possible, and then eventually they did clash at WrestleMania. As Reigns bringing John Cena back up to his feet, and Cena reversing, dropping Reigns over the top of his head, just dumping him down. Now Cena over the top with that natural selection. It's amazing, isn't it, in wrestling, how one man's finishing maneuver is another man's simple little combination attack. It's really a move that would finish the match for most people. Well, for most divas in NXT with Charlotte, it's just a simple move that John Cena uses. It's the same with a lot of things though as well. It's like the leg drop from Hulk Hogan. It used to be Hulk Hogan's finisher, but it used to be like a standard move for everyone else. So why it was believable that Hulk Hogan would finish a match with it, and no one else, everyone else would just use it as a simple assault. Assault? It's a wrong word, isn't it? Really? Well, it's a correct word, I suppose, at the same time. Cena with that backdrop on Roman Reigns. Of course, the winner of this match will go on to face Bad News Barrett in the semi-final for a place in that big final match against the winner of Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan. Of course, as well, I know this has been quite a long video at the moment, but of course, damage retention is on, so I'm going to promise you that the second round matches, and of course the final as well, are going to be a lot quicker than this one. I'm getting a little bit worried now about how long it's going to take to record our standard universe mode episodes now, because the matches do look to be a lot better, and they're actually lasting a lot longer as well, so we might end up with some very long videos. We might have to have a couple of squash matches here and there just to speed things up, but of course our main events and things like that on Raw will be longer, but I think maybe some of our earlier matches on Raw might need to be put onto a faster momentum just to try and speed the match up a little bit. But of course our pay-per-views are going to be great. We're going to put the entrances into the pay-per-views this year, all the little outcuts here and there, little pictures of the crowd and everything like that, just to make it feel a bit more like a proper show. And of course everyone will be on. We'll make sure the momentum's a bit slower just to make it feel like a bit more of a special episode. Obviously we'll have a lot of championships to defend on these pay-per-views as well, so that'd be good. As Reigns bringing John Cena back up to his feet. There's an elbow to the back of the head as well. Sending John Cena into that far corner. John Cena catches Roman Reigns with that back elbow. I'm a little bit worried now about my uploads. I just realised that I've got an upload that's been sat on 95% uploading now for quite a long time. It's a little bit worried for me. I'm not quite sure why. I've got a list of about 6 or 7 matches trying to upload at the moment, individual random matches in that random match series I've got. But yeah, I'm not quite sure why. It just seems to be frozen at 95%, which is not good. Hopefully it will sort itself out if we leave it. 2 count there. Roman Reigns on John Cena. And I'll tell you what, if Cena was to get knocked out in the first round as well, that would be a turn up for the books as well. Cena is somebody who dominated the title picture last year. That's another reason why I like the idea of having 2 championships, because Cena dominated the championship picture last year. And I know a lot of people, including myself really, are not massive John Cena fans. So by having 2 championships, it means if Cena does dominate one, he's not going to dominate the other. So we do have something for everybody really. Cena looking for that sunset flip bomb, and he gets it. Cena's moveset on this game is a lot more varied than the one he actually has in real life. I know he has used that move a couple of times. I think he actually nearly injured someone using it before recently. I think on a house show he nearly knocked somebody out. I think it might have been Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns going for the pin again. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Roman Reigns is doing a very good job here in controlling Cena, and as I say that, Cena has to come back into the match just to prove me wrong, doesn't he? Cena throwing Reigns off that far rope, and now hoist him up into the air, catches him straight into the AA. John Cena in for the pin. 1, 2. No, Roman Reigns slips out. Reigns slips out, and this match continues onwards, and once again we get a kick out from a finisher. I don't think in any match I've uploaded so far has the finisher actually finished the match. See Roman Reigns here now just dropping Cena gut first across them top ropes. Now Reigns taking Cena up on his shoulders, and there's a Samoan drop. And Reigns kicking out that AA is looking for the Superman punch. I hate this move, I really do. There it is, a Superman punch. I really wish that wouldn't finish a match. Well, Judging by the way 2K16 has gone so far, that's definitely not going to finish a match, is it? 1, 2... No, John Cena kicks out. And I don't know if that... Is that actually Roman Reigns' finisher maneuver, or is that his signature? I always had a feeling that was his signature, and his finisher maneuver should actually be the spear. There's the gut wrench there by... Or maybe I was right. Yes, it is. The Superman punch is just his signature. Now lining up John Cena for the spear. Now Roman Reigns is going to drop into the pin as soon as he possibly can, surely. And he does, but he's left it a few seconds. Is that going to give Cena enough time? It is. As Cena kicks out from Roman Reigns' spear. I just realised I've got 31 of these title tournaments to do, and if they're all going to take roughly this amount of time, then I'm going to really, really struggle. Reigns bringing Cena back up to his feet, but Cena now with that shoulder block taking Reigns down, and now Cena setting Reigns up. We've already seen one AA in this match. Is Cena setting him up for a second? No, he's not. He's going to go for another sunset flip bomb in the middle of the ring. He's going to hold it for the pin. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count. Roman Reigns manages to kick out. Reigns now throwing Cena across the ring. Reigns with that forearm, and Cena throwing Reigns into that corner. Cena now launching Reigns shoulder first into that steel post. Now bringing Reigns out the hard way into that sit-out powerbomb. Cena in for the pin. 1, 2. Still only a 2 count. Both guys slowly back up to their feet. Cena taking control first. They're taking Roman Reigns up. Sit-out powerbomb by Cena. Why has he not held that for the pin? Bringing Roman Reigns back up to his feet. I still can't understand why Cena did not go for the pin straight from that sit-out powerbomb. It seemed obvious to me. Couple of elbows there by Roman Reigns. Cena coming back there with that boot to the stomach. Cena pulling Reigns into the middle of the ring, and now a belly-to-belly slam. Cena looks to be lining Roman Reigns up onto the shoulder, and there's a second AA straight into the pin. 1, 2, and 3, and that's it. Roman Reigns has been eliminated, and John Cena is going through to the semi-finals to face off against Bad News Barrett for a place in the final. Of course, like I said, I know this has been quite a long video so far, but our next 2 matches, I do promise, will go a lot quicker. Damage retention is on, and everyone's taken quite a bit of damage in that first match. You see, both of these guys had great opportunities. Cena hit the AA twice in this match. There's the first one, just hoisting Roman Reigns up into the air. Catches him, and then up onto the shoulders into the AA. That was only for a 2 count, though. Can't believe that. And this one, Cena just thrust Roman Reigns' shoulder straight into that ring post. It'd be great if you could watch the entire match from this perspective. It would really be like going to a live show, wouldn't it, really? You watch the entrance from this perspective, the match from this perspective. Oh, there's that person with that sign again. They're really annoying, aren't they? That was only for a 2 count again. Then you see Cena lining up Roman Reigns, waiting for Reigns to get back up to his feet, and as soon as he does, Cena was there waiting, and there's the AA for the 1, the 2, and the 3 count. So we now know both of our semi-final matches. We'll have a quick look at the brackets in a second before we jump into the semi-finals, just to remind you guys of what we're looking for next. But a great win here for Cena, and again, both Cena and Bad News Barrett haven't really expended as much energy as both Brock Lesnar and Bryan have, so I'm starting to think that it could be this side of the bracket which walks out the champion this evening. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. Can Bad News Barrett make it 2 scalps in 2 matches? He's already defeated Randy Orton against the odds. And now he gets a chance to defeat John Cena against the odds as well. That's going to be one of our semi-finals. And we will see Cena again later on this evening. And now we can have a quick look at our brackets here again this evening. We now know that it'll be Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan in our first semi-final, and Bad News Barrett versus John Cena in our second semi-final. And as I just said, our first semi-final is Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. We see both these guys in the ring now. They're both probably feeling it still from earlier on this evening. You see they've managed to close up Lesnar's wound. But can Daniel Bryan continue to really assault that part of his body? But I say both these guys have taken a lot of damage here this evening already, so this match should be a lot quicker than our ones earlier on. I just see Lesnar looking to lock in a submission. That's an interesting idea there by Lesnar, because what he's doing is he's locking in his own variation of Rusev's accolade. Rusev locks that submission hold in a few times earlier on this evening. Lesnar taking Daniel Bryan up, and there's a huge powerbomb. And Lesnar just really picking apart Daniel Bryan. Of course, we've seen Daniel Bryan already take part in a, must have been about a 20-25 minute match earlier on this evening. And Lesnar's really looking to just capitalise on the low energy that Daniel Bryan has now. See Lesnar here with the chin lock. Really just trying to sort of rebuild as much energy as he can and save as much energy as he can. Because remember, whoever wins this is still going to have one more match here this evening. They're going to have to face off against the winner of our other semi-final, Bad News Barrett and John Cena. And both of those guys had, I'm not going to say easy first rounds, but I don't think they went through quite as much as both Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan did. Of course, Lesnar was heavily busted open, was bleeding quite badly as well. And of course, Daniel Bryan went through probably the longest match we've had in this WWE 2K16 game so far. Lesnar with a pin. So close to a 3 count already. See both these guys again, very, very slow to get back up to their feet. I don't think it's going to take much for either of these two guys to pin the other one. Brock Lesnar, you see him moving very slowly and laboured as well. And there's a backdrop. We saw that backdrop was enough to finish Rusev off earlier by Daniel Bryan. A couple of punts there by Daniel Bryan. Now Bryan makes his way up onto the top rope. And there's the elbow drop on Brock Lesnar straight into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, so close to a 3 count. Daniel Bryan nearly had Brock Lesnar there with that elbow drop. Lesnar fighting back, and there's that boot to the back of the leg of Daniel Bryan, just making him stumble, but Bryan back into it with that thump to the back of Daniel Bryan himself, and now Bryan there with a backdrop on Lesnar. I do apologise, I realise that I keep saying the wrong name every now and again. It's getting late now and I've done nothing but record this game all day, but I still want to get some more done for you guys this evening before I make my way to bed. It's not going to be as much as I hoped if these tournaments keep ending up being this long though. I'm currently at 1 hour and 20 minutes. Once I cut out some of the bits and bobs for you guys, then it'll be less than that, but I still imagine this video is going to be over an hour long. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it and you have managed to still be entertained by what's going on in the ring. Lesnar with a snapmare now on Bryan, and again Lesnar looks to sort of just take a few seconds and try and just get a little bit of his energy back. Both guys back up to their feet again, but Lesnar pulling Bryan into the middle of the ring, and what's Lesnar got planned here? A big T-bone suplex. And Lesnar now just stood over Bryan. This is not looking good for Daniel Bryan. Straight up into the shoulders of Brock Lesnar. And there's the F5. Brock Lesnar with the F5, rolling Daniel Bryan over. 1, 2. No freaking way. No freaking way. As Daniel Bryan just kicked out of the F5 after the damage that Bryan has taken this evening. Wow, that's incredible. That really has surprised me. I can't believe that Daniel Bryan managed to kick out from that F5, and now Bryan with some kicks. And a big one to the side of the head. We've seen him win a match before on 2K16 with that. Is it going to be enough to finish Brock Lesnar off? 1, 2. It is. No, it is not. I thought the referee's arm came down 3 times then. It really looked like the referee's arm hit the ground 3 times. But evidently I was wrong. Jawbreaker by Brock Lesnar. Back elbow as well. Lesnar just dropping Bryan across that middle rope, and I'm surprised this match has lasted as long as well after the matches that these two guys had earlier on this evening. Of course, the winner of this is going to have to struggle on for another match later on. Daniel Bryan with that scoop slam. No, Lesnar floats over the top and creates some space between himself and Bryan. And Bryan with a snapmare. And a headbutt as well there. Bryan with that back suplex. Bringing Brock Lesnar back up to his feet. Now launching him into the corner. Bryan turns Lesnar around now. What's he got planned? And Bryan flipping over the top of Lesnar. Springs off that rope, ducks a clothesline and hits a running forearm of his own. Daniel Bryan now making his way up onto the top rope. Oh, he went to go for the big splash, but Lesnar caught him into the F5. And there's no way that Brock Lesnar is going to allow Daniel Bryan to kick out of a second F5, surely. Oh, you are kidding me. How on earth has that happened? Daniel Bryan again managing to kick out of an S2 F5s Daniel Bryan's kicked out of now. And there must be something wrong with the settings of this game, surely. There's no possible way with a match that Daniel Bryan had gone through earlier this evening to get hit by 2 F5s now as well, and to not finish this match off is just incredible. Lesnar with that vertical suplex. Daniel Bryan down. Lesnar now bringing Bryan back up to his feet. Shoulder block. Boot to the face now as well by Brock Lesnar. There's a snapmare. There's a Northern Light suplex by Bryan. He holds it for the pin with the bridge. And that's it. Daniel Bryan's got it. Daniel Bryan has just eliminated Brock Lesnar. Oh, that's not a surprise. Daniel Bryan is again very capable. I just had Lesnar in my mind to win this entire competition. I had it between Lesnar and Cena in my mind. Lesnar fought through that match against the Big Show in the first round. See Bryan with that elbow drop earlier on. And yeah, I must not have the settings on correctly. I might have to have a look at those because it just seems a bit odd for Brock Lesnar to hit Daniel Bryan with 2 F5s and not manage to pick up the victory, yet Daniel Bryan picks up the victory with a Northern Light suplex. So maybe I've got something wrong. I did go on there the other day and I actually increased the power of finishing maneuvers. Maybe I did the it's going to sound really stupid, maybe I did the bar the wrong way. Maybe. I might have to have a look. I might have to put the bar back to where it was and then see if that makes it a bit more realistic. Because it's not realistic. Daniel Bryan has got a lot of resilience and he has a fantastic wrestler. But there's no way that he should be going through that match with Rusev and then kicking out from 2 F5s here this evening and then winning the match with that Northern Lights suplex. But either way, Daniel Bryan is through to the finals of the tournament here this evening. Only one more win for Daniel Bryan will give him that WWE Championship to start the Universe mode with. But he still has to defeat the winner of our second semi-final, Bad News Barrett and John Cena, which is coming up next for you. And I am sort of hoping, I don't want to show any favouritism at all in this, but I am sort of hoping that John Cena does not win the belt because, like I say, he dominated the championship picture in 2K15, so it'd be nice to have a fresh aspect of it all. And now it is time for our second semi-final, Bad News Barrett versus John Cena. And here we go. Both these guys did relatively well in the last round. They didn't take a hell of a lot of damage, so it should be quite an even match, this one, actually. As John Cena starts things off straight away with that full Nelson into a neck breaker, but Cena's already lining... He's already lining Bad News Barrett up, and Cena looking like he's not getting paid by the hour here at all. He's already lining up the 5-knuckle shuffle, but big boot to the head there by Bad News Barrett. He's having none of this. Cena with that snapman now, locking in a chin lock. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit distracted. I'm getting a bit annoyed now with my laptop. It seems to, for some reason, it no longer wants to upload any videos, which is a bit annoying. I've just had an issue. I've been uploading a video now between Kevin Owens and Adam Cole for quite a long time, and it just seems to have frozen the upload. I've just cancelled the upload and then to go to the next one, and still it's just completely frozen. So if you're on my channel looking for some more footage right now, that's probably why my computer just seems to have stopped completely. But I'll probably get another 2, maybe 3 tournaments recorded this evening, and then I'll just put loads and loads of uploads on to go overnight. So hopefully by tomorrow morning, I say tomorrow morning, by the time you're watching this it'll be tomorrow morning. Hopefully by Sunday morning there will be a lot of footage on my channel from 2K16. Some more setups for our Universe mode with all these championship tournaments, as well as obviously some more random matches here and there. Cena now looking for the 5-knuckle shuffle once again, and this time he hits it. In for the pin he goes. 1, 2, only a 2 count. It's not enough to win the match here. Cena back up to his feet. Sending Bad News Barrett against that far roast, and actually Bad News Barrett went straight into the referee. The referee is down. Cena dropping Bad News Barrett down in that front electric chair. Cena taking a few seconds to sort of survey the situation, deciding what he's going to do next, and it's a belly-to-belly slam. Referee slowly makes his way back up to his feet. Let's say Bad News Barrett, it was an accident, don't get me wrong, but he took the referee out, and now see Cena lining Bad News Barrett up. Up onto the shoulders, and there is the AA. Is that going to be enough here? 1, 2. No, it's not enough. Cena continues the assault, and like I said, I've got a feeling that I buggered this up myself, you know. I don't know why, I've just got a feeling that this might be my fault. Like I said, I changed the finisher power to make it a little bit more likely to win the match, but I must have put the bar the wrong way, surely. Because there's no way people should be kicking out of finishers as much as they are at the moment. I'm just having a realization. I am a complete tit. That's my realization. I am a complete and utter tit. I'm not afraid to admit that to you. You know, I've just been chatting away saying that I'm getting a bit annoyed with my computer because it's not uploading the videos. and I've just realised why it's not uploading the video. It's because I've taken the video out the folder it was originally in and I've put it in the recycling bin. That's why it's not uploading it. Oh god, I'm a tit. Wade Barrett, after the winds had changed, he won the match against Randy Orton with that, but it wasn't enough to win it here against Cena. And I'm going to upload some more matches now then for you guys, so keep an eye on the channel. There'll be a lot more matches added to the random match series. Got some good ones for you as well. Got Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, which I downloaded yesterday. Going to put them in their first match. They're going to face off against Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Got a great NXT Fatal 4-Way for you as well. Got some more women's matches. So some real good ones on there. But keep an eye out for Kevin Owens versus Adam Cole. That was a fantastic match, that was. Bad News Barrett with a pin. And he's got his feet on the ropes as well. Referee doesn't see it. And Bad News Barrett picks up the victory. He had his feet up on the ropes. Oh, wow. Wow, this has just made this title tournament incredibly interesting now. It's going to be Daniel Bryan and Bad News Barrett in the final. Barrett using the ropes there to pick up a cheap victory. And I tell you what, no matter what happens, I think this has got a feud written all over it for a first feud in our universe mode. Bad News Barrett picking up the cheap victory here against Cena. I can say it looks like we are going to have a bit of a fresh start in this universe mode. We're not going to be stuck with Cena like we were last year. Nothing against Cena. I just wanted to see something a little bit different in this universe mode, and we're going to get it. We're going to get a main event here this evening between Bad News Barrett and Daniel Bryan. Bryan has taken a lot of damage in this tournament here this evening, and Bad News Barrett is probably going in with more energy behind him, and we'll see if that is actually going to have much of an effect. You see Bad News Barrett here. This was putting Cena into that position, and there you see him reaching his feet up onto the ropes behind and just picking up some extra sort of weight behind him. And sorry, I'm just if I seem a bit confused. It's like I'm not confused. I'm just surprised at how this has panned out. I'm very, very happy with how it's panned out. Don't get me wrong. And Bad News Barrett is going to get an opportunity to fight for the WWE Championship here this evening. That's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to that now. And there we see our final bracket for this tournament. Daniel Bryan versus Bad News Barrett is our final. The winner will be our first ever WWE Champion going into our universe mode. And here we see the entrance of Daniel Bryan. He's been through hell already this evening. He's been through a very, very long match against Rusev. And then he went through a match against Brock Lesnar where he was hit with 2 F5s in that match, but still managed to continue on. Daniel Bryan knows he has a fantastic opportunity here this evening. He could be crowned the first ever champion here on WWE 2K16 for our universe mode. He makes his way into the ring. If he's got injuries and low energy, he's not showing it at the moment. He's had a bit of a chance backstage to have a sit down and really regain some energy. And I do love the crowd on this game. Look how good the crowd looks compared to what it did on 2K15. It does look a lot more detailed. You can see each person's individual. I love the fact they're all copying the Daniel Bryan yes, yes, yes taunt as well. But will they be doing this after the match? That's going to be the big question. I know one person is going to be hoping that he's not. And that one person is about to make his way down to the ring right now. The man who's hoping he's got some bad news for Daniel Bryan. It's Bad News Barrett. And I tell you what, like I say, I've got no favouritism in this. I'm trying not to show any favouritism anyway. I would like to see Daniel Bryan win the competition just because it's Daniel Bryan. But at the same time, I'm so intrigued about Bad News Barrett being our first WWE champion in this universe mode. It's a great possibility. It could happen. And it would be such an interesting way to start our universe mode off by having somebody completely different as our champion. I can guarantee you'll look at other people in universe mode on YouTube and I struggle to make you find anyone else who starts with Bad News Barrett as their champion. Nothing against Bad News Barrett, but like I say, there's so many great people on this roster. He generally gets put to one side, but we're given the opportunity here this evening, and I know Jay will be very happy about that. Jay does like Bad News Barrett because he comes from very, very close to where Jay does, and that's what they're fighting for here this evening. The WWE Championship. One of these two guys is going to be holding that at our very, very first weekly episode of Monday Night Raw, which will hopefully be uploaded next week. And the bell goes and this match is underway. I can't imagine this one lasting too long because both these guys, as I've said, have been through 2 matches this evening already. They can't have a lot left in the tank. As you see, straight away Bad News Barrett starting off slowly with this little submission there, just to try and gain some control in this match, because we know that Daniel Bryan likes to do things quickly, and Bad News Barrett will be hoping just to slow the tempo down to a pace that more suits him. Bryan with a very old-fashioned aeroplane spin in for the pin. Only a 2 count, and of course we've seen already earlier on, we saw Bad News Barrett actually pick up the victory over John Cena by having his feet up on the middle ropes. So that's interesting. That for me is a way for us to quite seamlessly move straight into one of our feuds in the universe mode. That wasn't a wasteland, was it? But yeah, it's a great one, and that feud could end up being for the World Heavyweight. It could end up being for the WWE Championship. Sorry, I'm going to end up doing this all the time now, aren't I? I'm going to keep naming the wrong championships all the time. I hope I don't. See Bad News Barrett there just twisting the head and the neck of Daniel Bryan. Now Bryan, we saw him that earlier, that almost like a suplex, but throwing the guy via his head. What an aggressive move that was by Daniel Bryan. Now in for the pin on Bad News Barrett. 1, 2. It's still only a 2 count. Bad News is still in this one. Now Bryan continues the assault again. Goes back to that slow, systematic submission just to try and keep as much energy as he possibly can, waiting for that possibility, that opportunity to hit a big move and hopefully finish this match off. Bad News Barrett with the elbow drop to the inside of the knee of Daniel Bryan now brings him back up to his feet. Now Daniel Bryan with that front guillotine hold. But as you see, Bad News Barrett managed to catch that bottom rope. Great ring awareness by Bad News Barrett. Oh, and Bad News Barrett catches Daniel Bryan as he was making his way up to the top rope. Bryan drops hard to the outside, and now Bad News following him out there. Well, Bryan catching that running drop kick. Bryan throwing Bad News Barrett back into the ring, and there's that chop across the chest and a boot to the side of the head of Bad News Barrett. Daniel Bryan back in the ring as well now. Can he capitalise upon this? No, he can't, as Bad News Barrett catches him with that big knee and then that uppercut as well. Daniel Bryan pulling Bad News Barrett into the middle of the ring, takes him up onto his shoulders. He's going to go for another aeroplane spin. Very old-fashioned style move, this one. It does a very good job of disorientating your opponent, but whether it's enough to finish a match, I'm not entirely sure. Especially a match for the WWE Championship. I'm getting all my words mixed up now here this evening, aren't I? In fairness to me, it is 1 o'clock and I have been recording this. I say it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I've been recording this game now since about 9 o'clock the morning just gone. So I've nearly been on this game now for about 16, 17 hours doing nothing but recording, editing and uploading. Really trying to get as much footage as I can online for you guys. And I do appreciate it because you are thanking me with lots and lots of lovely views and likes. So thank you very much for that. And I'll hopefully keep the footage coming for you as much as I can over the next coming couple of weeks. I have got a week off, got next week at work, then the week after that I am off for the entire week. So we'll be hitting lots and lots of universe mode during that week. Also Fallout 4 is coming out. So if you're looking forward to Fallout 4, then I will be uploading a little bit of gameplay from that as well. Hopefully doing a bit of a playthrough with that as well as doing our universe mode. And maybe looking at some of the showcase and the My Career mode as well on the 2K16. But like I say, we will be uploading Universe mode daily either way. I'll get some ahead of myself, so I can do both that and Fallout 4 at the same time. As Daniel Bryan looking very good here. There's a boot to the side of the head of Bad News Barrett, and could this be the championship for Bryan? He rolls Barrett over the middle of the ring. 1, 2. No, Bad News Barrett kicks out. Another one thing I have noticed actually is that in the 2 matches that Barrett has been through already, he's defeated Randy Orton and he's defeated John Cena. But I've not seen him use a finishing maneuver yet. I've not seen him use the bullhammer elbow or the wasteland either. As Daniel Bryan lining Bad News Barrett up now, locks in that submission hold, but Barrett is very, very close to that bottom rope, and can he grab it? He does manage to get a hold of that rope, and Daniel Bryan breaks the hold promptly, catches Bad News Barrett with a forearm, and a Bad News Barrett with that huge clothesline, taking Daniel Bryan down. And Barrett now just surveying the situation. And there's a neck breaker on Daniel Bryan. Again, just bringing Daniel Bryan back up to his feet. Another neck breaker as well. Obviously, Daniel Bryan has had lots of problems with his neck over the last year or so, injuries. And Bad News Barrett really aware of that. Boot to the back, and Barrett really starting to slowly and methodically take over this match. But can he make the big finish? Now a knee in the centre of the back, wrenching back at the arms of Daniel Bryan. Another great chance here for Bad News Barrett, just to conserve a little bit of energy. Building up for something, hopefully. And you start to see that a bit more later on in the matches now. People will start to use more sort of slow submissions like that, just to try and regain a little bit of energy for what they're looking for, the big moves. As you see here, Bad News Barrett with the elbows to Daniel Bryan. And our big boot as well, and Bryan falls down to the ground on the outside pretty hard. And just remember what these two guys are fighting for. They are fighting to become the first ever WWE champion moving into our Universe mode. What a hell of a tournament it's been for Bad News Barrett to get through Randy Orton and John Cena. It's absolutely incredible as it is. And if he can beat Daniel Bryan to add to that list, then he is really going to be a man that people are going to have to seriously consider. A man that I did not consider getting through to... I didn't think he'd get past Randy Orton, let alone John Cena as well. So you can't write him off in the situation against Daniel Bryan, who looks a bit shaken. Referee's making his count, and Bryan does make his way back into the ring. You see Bad News Barrett taunting him away. There's the bullhammer elbow. There's the bullhammer elbow. Bad News Barrett in the pin. Oh my God, it's happened. It's happened. Has it happened? It's happened. Bad News Barrett. Bad News Barrett's going to be the first WWE champion going into our Universe mode. He's defeated Randy Orton, John Cena, and now Daniel Bryan as well. Oh, I'm actually really happy about that, because it is... Like I said, I didn't want it to be John Cena because we've had so much John Cena in 2K15 as the champion. It was nice to get something fresh, and they've given us something completely fresh. Bad News Barrett, he did have an opportunity at Cena on our 2K15 Universe mode, but was unsuccessful. But this evening we have given him the chance in this WWE Championship tournament, and he has come out top. And sorry, I'm just a little bit shocked. I really am. It's I'm very, very happy. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just a little bit shocked. If you look at the list of people in this competition: Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, John Cena. I don't think many people would have bet on Bad News Barrett at all. And as you see, look, Bad News Barrett just sort of taunting Daniel Bryan, calling him into the ring. And as soon as Daniel Bryan got there, Bad News Barrett just caught him with that bullhammer elbow. Daniel Bryan was down and out. The game started to glitch a bit, but it doesn't matter. because Bad News Barrett is your WWE champion. Bad News Barrett is walking in to our universe mode. Gold held high. And what a fantastic start this has been to our current day roster universe mode. As I was saying, what a fantastic start this has been to our 2K16 current day roster universe mode. And if this is what we've got to look forward to in the other title tournaments, then I can't wait to start recording them. I've been Shabby Gamer. If you could hit that like button, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Hit it not just for the video, but of course hit it for Bad News Barrett being champion as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.